Hey everyone, Mango7 here. How we doing today? Welcome to another epic 7 day, and this is the most exciting day of them all. This is patch day, and boy oh boy am I glad everybody that was wrong was super wrong. Everybody kept coming into my Twitch chat, into YouTube, into Discord, being like, Ken's the next banner, blah 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 blah. It was data mined, it's proven Ken's the next banner, and really, no, that's not how it works. Very often data mining does come out to fruition, and we do see what happens. But Ken just felt so wrong. Like, we knew he was upgraded, we knew it would be a good time to put him out, but at the same time, we knew we weren't happy about Ken. Like, nobody's gonna be happy about Ken. On average, I should say. Obviously, people are gonna be happy about him, but the vast majority, not the style of character people like. And especially since we find out that after his changes, he's kind of just not even too great still. From what I've heard, again, I don't have him used, but just going from secondhand thoughts here. So, what I thought was coming from this banner was, one, I thought Bellona was coming, so I'm super hyped about that. I really wish I put out a video, because I know I talked about it, but I never really officially said it. Or two, we were going to get Ken with something like RNL, or something more bonkers than RNL. It's something that people will summon for the artifact, and that's it, you know? Like, something that really makes people want to summon. So I just want to show off Bellona a little bit. This is her in her special animation. She does a little grin, and it's so cool because if you watch the start of her special animation here, she is all super serious. Look at, she's super serious. You can see her hair glowing, and then she's like, yup, I got him, it's over, and then it's GG time after that. Really, I'm a huge, insane fan of her. So much. And also how she stands is just beautiful. Like, the fact that she's got the legs like that, I don't know, I'm in love with her. For those of you who don't know, she basically checks all of my boxes. One of them is she's attached to Araminta in some way, shape, or form. That is exciting to me. Two, she's my favorite color, which is just different shades of purple, especially the purple on her fan there. I just love that color, and on the bows on her leggings. Number three, the leggings. I love the way they look, especially with the straps there. Just everything about her. And number four, actually, my favorite weapon type in all sorts of games are a mix between fans and whips. Usually it's just because I like the personality of characters that usually like that type of weapon. So super hyped about her. She's a ranger as well. I'm really glad she's a ranger and not another thief, because they could have definitely fit her in the thief role, I think. As for her abilities here, she's just I'm not sure what to say. It's really tough to say if you should pull or not on banners like these, because we don't see how much damage they do. We don't see how it actually works out. All we can see it in text form. We really need to see them in action. That said, she looks like she's going to be fantastic. She has an 80% defense break, or unless this is 60% after the upgrades, I'm not sure. So it's either going to be 50% chance to defense upgraded to 65, or 65% chance upgraded to 80 is what I imagine. And this is going to be just a good AoE slash boss killing style of setup, especially since her first attack is proportionate to the enemy's max health. Really a huge fan of this skill set, and it's going to be perfect-ish for Banshee. One thing to note is, as we go down here, this Iron Fan, which is a pretty boring name, by the way. They could have thought of a way better name for this artifact. This is not a 5-star artifact name. One thing is that this artifact seems bonkers. This is 16% damage when attacking ice elemental targets, up to 32% at max. So one thing is, I'm not entirely sure how damage is calculated, but to note, this is not attack, this is damage. So in general, if you're scaling your straight up damage, you're getting more out of the 16% than it would be if it was 16% attack. So keep that in mind. That's a really big difference than just straight up attack. But somebody else in the comments below can let me know, because that's how I read that, and I think that's going to be fantastic. That said, there's nothing really in the game right now that super takes advantage of this. For Banshee is who I wanted to use this for, but then I realized the hard, in quotes, part of Banshee are when you split up into fours, and that is not ice element there. The Banshee is ice element, but the things are not always ice element. I forget what their element spread is, but there's at least 2 that aren't ice, that's all I know. So this is one of those ones that someday in the future, this is going to be a fantastic artifact, especially since we will see big raid bosses that are ice, and you will want something like this for, and I'm really happy to test this out. The other thing here is drop rate of Bellona up. Yeah, we know that. And her side story is coming, and I love her side story because we get to see more of Araminta, and we get to see more of Rin, and we get to see more of Lots and Sez, which makes me happy. I'm just really excited about this. I love the stories in this game. I think they do such a wonderful job at this story, and I'm really, really, really excited to try this out. As for should you pull on the shop or should you buy at the shop, the answer is always yes, and if they keep this setting up the way they set up the shops, it's going to be the same every single time. So anything that is super limited to the shop/event, for example, the hat and the boots we got from the last event, is 100% buy no matter what. Next up, there is a Molagorsi that's 100% buy no matter what. And then there are epic catalysts like the Dragon Wrath, which you have to buy basically no matter what. And there's a semi-smaller catalyst. These ones are some of the weaker ones currently, but we might need more of them later, so I definitely think that is a buy too. And there's also a Giga Phantasm, which I don't think is a necessary much buy, but there's no reason not to. And then we've got Covenant Bookmarks here, and that is also a buy. So that leaves these Life Runes, which I don't really think are too important. These accessory chests, which I kind of feel the same way. I would still get them, but I'm not too hyped about them. And same with the Artifact chests. I'm not as hyped about those, but I would still probably get them. I'm not quite sure. And the reason why you don't want to be farming events as much as other places, in my opinion, a lot of people disagree with me with this, is one, because it costs 12 stamina instead of 8, so that's a pretty big difference, and really notice how fast your stamina drains. And for 2, you do not get Stigma. I think Stigma is either one of the biggest sources of fodder or gold in this game, and I really think we shouldn't neglect our Stigma, and not noticing you're getting it is something you don't really pay attention to. Like, it's in the back. I didn't even notice I wasn't getting Stigma in the events until halfway through this last event, so keep that in mind here. And next up, we have artifact selling and limit break improvements. Super hyped to this. I'll let you read all of this, but long story short, we are going to be able to sell our artifacts to get currency to buy different artifacts. So we need 180, I believe, for a 5-star artifact here, and these are the choices. We get Randall, Holy Sacrifice, Bloodstone, Shamadra Staff, and then our 4-star ones are here. So we can basically just buy any of these with 3 stars if we get the right cost. That said, it's going to be expensive, it's going to take a long time, it's just one of those like long-term goals. It's kind of fun to see. They're also hiding most of the good 5-star artifacts, and I can understand that, but I hope they add more into the future. And also this big bottle here, you can buy it once. This is a 5-star limit break, so you can use this as a sort of a slate for any of your 5-star limit breaks. You can use it as an additional, and it will unlock the next 3 levels. So really, really cool here. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic change, and just a little additional things like that we can work towards is always what keeps me happy. As for the raid changes, they're going to be hiding the drops, which is really exciting. They're also increasing the epic drop rates by 20%, which means I have like 120% chance to get an epic now. Maybe I'll get 2. Everything is pretty cool here, and the changes they're making in the labyrinth is to make it a more enjoyable experience, something you don't have to just keep spamming to refresh loot, something that's just supposed to be fun and enjoyable but also challenging at the same time. I love all the changes towards this, and I'm really happy. They're also adding 3 new things in red here. 2 epic catalysts, which I would not buy unless you're super desperate, but I still wouldn't do it. And then stuff like this Azamanas's fighter necklace. And I'm actually really excited that they are separating the costs of each of things, because that allows you to use these on the lower level stuff and not feel bad about it. So they added this fighter necklace, and I was really excited. I thought I was finally going to get an HP necklace, but we're not. It's another attack one. That said, the substats are pretty good. The only thing it's missing is critical hit damage. But overall, it's pretty good as I choke on my breath. I'm really happy with these. These are going to be huge power changers. That said, there are not crit or crit damage, so maybe they're a little worse, but I'm not entirely sure yet. A lot of people might want to attack more than crit at this stage. And I think I'm reading this right in that they're nerfing some of the mini-bosses, which is probably pretty needed because I get wrecked on the mini-bosses, and I'm really hoping they fix that. So hero close-up function added. Boobs. We get to zoom in on boobs and thighs. Yeah! That's about it on that one. I'm really hyped for that. And next up, the very important one here is Arena has a date to end. That is the 20th of February. So if you do not have the things purchased in the Arena, you need to buy them ASAP. The slate is the most important thing on the Arena, but we don't know if the slate is going to have any sort of effect on the next season. We do not know yet if the slate is going to refresh next time. That said, it's not one of those things you want to risk. So if I am in the position of not having the armor bot or not having the slate bot, I save up for enough to get the slate and then figure out by the time this patch rolls around if the slate is going to be purchasable next time again. And if it is, buy the slate 100%, and if it isn't, buy the armor and then buy the slate after, is my recommendation. Or you could just save all your points and carry them over till next reset, because everything I'm reading says here, your conquest points will flush over till the next reset here. So overall, that's all I wanted to say. I tried to do kind of a zone, and I didn't want to read a bunch of crap for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. Let me know in the comments below if you are summoning for Bellona, because I cannot pass her up. I'm gonna be careful. Let's just say be careful, because one thing... Ooh, I forgot to show you. Let's just say be careful, because in this video here, with Bellona, we also have Luna. Luna hiding in the background there, so they're at least taunting us, which is an entirely a possibility, or maybe foreshadowing, hinting that we may get Luna soon. So I hope that's the one. So just be careful with your Covenant bookmarks. Remember, this is not a game you're meant to get everything on. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all later. Bye now.